Okay, welcome man here, folks. All right, let's what we got? Little dude here, right here. Let's talk about some builds real quick, and something I don't really do a lot because I'm gonna be honest with you, everybody has a personal preference. Builds, play style is going to be the deciding factor. I could give you a build that works really well for me. You take it and you're like, man, I can't make it work. It's all about a play style. My skill build is probably one of my favorites here. Now this is more of a hybrid skill build. My main skill build, which is kind of one I normally use, is this here. Yes, there is some talk of, and let's just go through this real quick. First off, I have a gun with NSYNC. You could obviously use the Harmony here. I just kind of like the way this gun looks. Um, but and then obviously the capacitor would, because of the talent that it has here, capacitant. Uh, a no-brainer. My pistol, when I use pistol arrow, I do use the card with an NSYNC on it, like that. So, obviously I'm running Empress now. I'm not running a three-piece, and here's where the uh, discussion could come in. Well, why are you not doing that? You're losing so much. This now. I feel waveform for me is best in slide. Now, the reason I have this at crit chance is because this piece is obviously part of my hybrid build, which I should. I don't know why I've got both of them. But anyways, it shouldn't. This piece right here should have a skill haste on it. So damage, haste is really what you want. My chess piece, I've opted haste mod. I'll tell you why I've. Okay, I want Wyvern for the 10% skill damage. I've skill tier, skill damage, haste. I opted kinetic momentum. Go glass cannon. Glass cannon's ultimately going to give you the best firepower, and if I'm not mistaken, well, I don't have one because usually what I do is I just swap this out for glass cannon. That's why I've modified it. I can go kinetic momentum if I want more survivability and want to focus more on the skills, getting damage or doing damage, or glass cannon if I just want to get ultimate damage and let's be able to shoot with the gun too. So here's where the controversy comes in: waveform. To me, this is a very good piece. I understand the alternating current thing, and a lot of people are like, well, you're giving up one side. When it alternates, it doesn't instantly take away from the other one. It's a slow progression going down. So the alternation, I mean, that's 30% damage, and I don't know. You can see it on the skills. Again, personal preference. If you feel like you need to switch out for an Empress, which the one I have here uh, is for my hybrid, where I have a chance of damage. But ultimately, you'd want skill damage, skill haste here. But if you ultimately feel like that you need the skill efficiency, by all means, run it. Again, it's playstyle. Yes, I could take this out and pull it, and they tell me that, well, you would have more with damage. Well, the two-handed use, I'm still getting 10% damage, 10% damage. So I'm getting 20% damage, which I would probably get the same thing with the Empress plus skill haste, which I'd have it on there anyways. So it's no different. So either way, it works. Now, if my understanding of skill efficiency works for all skill stuff across the board. Again, hey, personal preference. Now, this is a piece if you're going to run pure skill build. And I have seen people say, oh no, run Memento. Memento's the best thing to run solo. Okay. But until you get those stacks. But if you want a true skill build that everything is based on the skills, uh, force multiplier, hand of you, with perfect combined arms, that 30% damage 3 seconds. All you gotta do is tap an enemy. Wow, there you go. Damage, skill haste, um, and whatnot. For my skills, obviously, Turret Drone is what I run with. 6 tiers, I got damage and health. Now, there is one thing about this build that I am giving up. I do have 6 yellows plus Tactician, which gives me skill damage and a skill tier. I theoretically could, if I wanted to take away a little bit of skill damage, okay? And I do this on Legendary a lot of times. I will go here and go with this backpack. And what this does is this backpack here obviously gives armor, explosive resistance, but I still get skill damage and haste, and I have kinetic momentum. I do have one that has glass cannon on it too, so I've got it on both sides of the board depending on which way I want to play, which way I want to run. The only thing this one doesn't have is explosive resistance. Now, I'd like to farm for a Bellstone that ultimately had armor and 2 yellows, haste and damage. Would be ultimate. Yeah. The explosion resistance really is nice because really, ace wise, we're still 11 seconds, 12 seconds. You're not going to see it. I mean, you'd bring that down maybe to 10 second, 11 second, right at 10 by switching, but you get more survivability out of this. Most of the time, those little bomber dudes that like to go boom boom on you, and everybody calls them the BB drones. That explosive resistance really helps. So ultimately, armor, explosive resistance, skill damage, haste, or if you just feel like you want haste, go for it. Or cancer, headshot damage. This is a build I use mostly for my legendary, but for my pure skill, there you go. That's kind of my skill build in a nutshell. I have built a hybrid skill build. Pretty much it's a capacitor, harmony, car, but as you can see, 3-piece Empress in this one. Skill chance, damage chance, damage chance, vigilance. See the difference here. Grupo with a skill tier, damage and chance. Fox Prayer Knees with a skill tier, damage out of cover, crit damage. Empress, damage chance, skill tier, and then basically the Bellstone backpack with the glass cannon. This right here, gun wise, hits hard. Again, still the same thing. You got 17 second and 18 second. Sure, you're not hitting, but still hitting pretty good. That's a 100K base. That don't include what's cut. Now, kind of a little misleading. Let's go back here. Even with the 5 skill tiers that I have, actually 6, my bad, because we are still getting 6 skill tiers because we run a tactician with this build. I want y'all to. I know that some veterans out there know this, but this has not been brought up very many times, and I have watched many of build videos, and not once have I heard. I'm not saying it's not out there, because I know that as soon as I say this, they're gonna be, oh well, yeah, we knew that. Yeah, well, if you knew it, then why not tell anybody this when running directives on a skill build, especially Pistolero, run gunner specialist, because once you initially get the bullets from your pistolero, it will start replenishing your ammo every 60 seconds. Now, like I said, you don't hear many say that. So with that said, on this build, for one, I don't even know why I am running that. I need to be running this anyways. I would run gunner. Yes, it takes me to 5. But if I'm doing pistolero, guess what? I get 6 anyways. But 5's not bad. We're still at 86.53. That's without any buffs of the capacitor, any buffs from glass cannon, anything like that. Skill efficiency or any of those. Even within sync on the harmony. See, perfect in sync right here. So this is my directive hybrid skill build running. Now you can change this build up a little bit. And let me show you a quick little change here. You can go Empress, chance damage. And I go over here. You can run any knee pad you wanted to. Wanted to run a red and put more weapon damage, you could, because, well, 3, 4. You probably really need to run another yellow. But I have run this with this right here. What this does, it brings this gun up to 100. You're putting in more firepower than you are for your skills, because your skills are going to lose a little more, but you're going to have a heck of a lot more firepower. If they run up on you, you're going to lay them down. You're going to crit a lot more. So that's kind of an alternate way. I still like mine this way, because it gives to me, it's a kind of a balance between the skills doing damage and the gun doing damage. And I have taken this build to a raid, by the way. There, it works. So those are my 2 skill builds. Now, showed off my backfire build the other day, and to me it worked. I used 4-piece striker, excuse me, 4-piece striker, memento, and I'm using the Hollow Man mask. Obviously, with this one. Now, key to this is I would probably rather like to have a little more armor. And yes, I do have one here. Bad thing is, though, it needs to be hazard protection instead of crit damage. So I need to farm for a better knee pad or glove, or here. Or any of them pieces matter. Either one. Doesn't matter. Any one of those. Just as long as it has armor, I can roll armor on it. Just to bring that up to maybe 1.3 to have that little extra survivability. But you need that hazard on it, because we're 70 and 98. Thing will not bleed. Showcased it the other day in another build. It works. Again, taking it in a raid, it worked just fine. Alright, let's this one right here, a status build. Many different ways to do this build. Many different ways. And I'm gonna show something off right fast. What I do with it? What I do with it? Let's put it in the stash. Anyways, I'll show it off here in a second. But anyways, many different ways to do this. I opted to go through the Eclipse. And obviously Scorpio, massive, massive shotgun, probably one of the best. Second gun, Harmony for that in-sync. Guard pistol. Vile Mass, just because that toxic delivery, gotta love it. Damage them, boom. Skill, status effect, hazard, and skill haste mod on it. 4-piece clips, I went with the backpack because system aggravator does just about the same thing as what Hold this one, no, my bad. The other one does. But amplifies your damage. Oh, wait a minute, here you go. Infected transmission. Does the same thing. It's basically creeping death. Does within 10 meters and refreshes 50% of the duration. But here, the amplifies all damage you deal to status effect targets by 30%. That's huge. So obviously, status effect, skill haste. Uh, Again, status effect, skill tier, status effect. Here, that one even is not even maxed out. And then I went with here, and this is not even maxed out vest. So you can see I still got some farm or optimizing to do or farming to do on this build to make it even better. But armor, status effect, damage, haste, and then glass cannon. I opted to go glass cannon. You can go with, really don't know if anything else you can go with. There are probably some. But this one right here does well. Blinder Firefly. It will keep them blinded. It'll keep them in check. Jammer Pulse. Love doing it. Love playing this build in a group. More than solo. Taking in legendaries. Again, like playing on. Since I'm on this and on that, where in the world? Huh. Well, crazy. Okay. Well, anyways, we'll see what we got next. Don't have my tank build out. Hunter's Fury build. Really enjoy it. See right here, 1.5 million armor. Sokolov on it with Unbreakable. Fox Prayers knee pads. Everything armor. Crit damage. Crit chance. There.
Agent in need of backup.
This one down here. Striker build. Use this in the raid. Grupo. Weapon. Chance. Handling. Damage. Vigilance. Coyotes. And yeah, I changed that one. That one actually should be different. I probably need to go and get another vest, but no, you don't want hazard right there. You would rather have damage. And reason I use the vest is because of this. Press the advantage. And then there's the knee pads I was telling you about with the armor and damage. But this build is a 42 and 118. But with the Coyotes mask, it pops it up. Now, this gun here goes to 690 and 120. Actually does pretty good. Plus with Optimus on it, not a bad gun. I still like this one with 1,000 RPMs and 93. Targets out of, damage out of cover, fast hands. You can pretty much use any gun you want here. Eagle Bear, if you've got it, phenomenal. I've got this one here, and I don't why, but so yeah, Eagle Bear works really well on this build too. If you've got it. Let's see. Oh, this is my SMG build, True Patriot SMG build. I love using this build for farming and using it in a raid and whatnot. Gun right here hits really hard, and with the perfect outsider, It is the safe distance to gun. It's very, very hard. True Patriot, obviously armor, damage, pretty much is the norm, which I do have armor regen. I need to get a better one for this, and I think I do right here, but can't do anything with it. Armor regen, armor regen, Grupo, and then my Sokolov one I really, really love, but I'm not sure why I'm running so many armor regens. Should be running these, but anyways, shield, fire, and decoy. Hope you enjoyed that really quick. That was just a couple going over some of the builds that I use right fast. So I'll jump off here for a second. I'll be back on here in a little bit. Just want to showcase a few of the builds I use, and then we're going to show them in action too.